Many people may not notice this, but Chuck E. Cheese's has many characters that did not live through the concept unification era. In fact, most of these characters were only limited to 3 ever made in existence. Today, we're going over a handful that Chucky wanted us to forget about. Dolly Dimples. Dolly Dimples first appeared at the Pizza Time Theater's second location on Cooser Road in San Jose, California. She was a hippopotamus that had a red afro and played the piano. A big reason why she sticks out between all of the CEC characters is because she was meant more for adults. She would sweet talk one sitting by her and mention her past husbands. She also used innuendo, and the creators of the animatronic gave her noticeable breasts. If you walked in her showroom, though, you would usually catch kids sitting next to Dolly instead of adults. Some people have kept her, and people have her in their private collections. There is not yet any word if she is in a public collection or not.
Here we are, still waiting.
Okay, it's gonna happen. I know it is.
You know what happened there?
Yes, I know what happened there.
Now this next song is dedicated to Pasquale, Chuck E. Cheese's pizza chef. Why, he's a little man who makes the best pizza this big mama ever had. So from the heart of Italy, you bake the crust up of the wise speed. Goodbye, baby, to a pizza melody.
The King. Created in the mid-1970s, the King was a 9-foot-tall lion that was meant to resemble Elvis Presley. He wore a white jumpsuit and held a red guitar. He performed Chuck E. Cheese original songs, and sometimes the songs would be about Madam Oink or Jasper T. Jowls. By the end of the song, he would tell the audience to visit the main dining area, take a walk through the fantasy forest, or enjoy some pizza. Even after Chuck E. Cheese's had all the stores rebranded from Pizza Time Theater, some of its locations still had the King until 1995. Another version of the King was King Cat. With the booming popularity of Michael Jackson in the 1980s, the Chuck E. Cheese brand felt inspired by him and made a variation of the King that looked like him. It wore sunglasses, had a curly afro, a red jacket, wore a glove on one hand, and held a microphone. The animatronic was not an imposter like the King was of Elvis, so all it did was sing Michael Jackson songs. They were hoping for it to be a success, but a little after this, they had to file for bankruptcy. They had to merge with Showbiz Pizza Place, and only a couple shows were actually put in. Some were saved and are in private and public collections. The Beagles. This was a parody band of the very famous British band, the Beatles. It featured 4 dogs for each of the 4 band members. Their names were George, Paul, Ringo, and John. Before they began their performance, they said a fun fact about one of the band members or tell a story about one of the songs. In some of the show tapes, you can see that Ringo, the drummer, was referred to as the Smart Beagle. They would play in the cabaret-side dining rooms at the Pizza Time Theater. Only 4 of these shows are left in existence today. One at the Volo Auto Museum in Illinois, another one at Smitty's Super Service Station, one owned by YouTuber and CEC collector JoJo King, and the last one in Chicago's Logan Arcade, though this show was retrofitted into The Biscuits, a parody band of The Misfits. The other version of the Beagles were the Beach Bowsers. They were designed to look like the Beach Boys that were very popular in the mid-80s to 90s. They were obviously retrofitted from the Beagles show. In 1988, some of the shows were affected and their outfits were changed into beach dogs, along with their voices being those of stereotypical surfers. The Four Little Shavers. The Four Little Shavers were a barbershop quartet and performed in Pizza Time Theater's cabaret dining area. This show was exclusively for Chuck E. Cheese's ice cream emporiums. These were ice cream parlors tested at select locations in 1980 to 85. They would sing songs from the Buffalo Bills, one of the most famous barbershop quartets ever. The four members are O'Nolan, Curly, Nolan, and Mick Nolan. They were named after the Pizza Time Theater's founder, Nolan Bushnell. They were a retrofitted version of the Beagles. They made their first appearance in August 1981 at the Pizza Time Theater in Tampa, Florida. They were placed in other locations across America as well. There were 3 made, and only 1 left in existence. I was fortunate to travel out to Illinois and see the legendary show for myself, along with the predecessor animatronics of the Cabaret Room. It's good to see that these shows, that are nearly 50 years old, can be restored and treasured for many years to come, and for more generations to experience the magic of animatronic entertainment. You too should visit these public shows, as I had a lot of fun visiting Illinois. Which of these show stages were your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Also, follow my TikTok, _FreddyTrap_, for exclusive content and more footage I got from the Volo Auto Museum. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic summer.
As the original animatronic band for Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater. And now reunited after more than 30 years, here they are, the Beagles.
Hello, can we have your attention, please? Will the audience member who brought the fleas please take them outside?
Yeah, they make my throat scratching. Well, can't you just shake them off?
I guess I could do the same thing I do when I get wet. What's that?
The hippie shake, of course.